cardboard sea. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Yes, it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade.
Is the ability for critical thinking.
I find that the challenge of approaching yourself in a new way, looking at yourself artistically, you become empathetic, you become detailed, you start to become compassionate for other people, and this all plays into how we are as humans as we grow up.
Something that makes me wake up every day knowing that I get to go to a school that has dance classes, singing classes, and acting classes, and knowing that I get to meet amazing people and I learn from them every day.
We talk a lot about these necessary items, food, shelter, water, and all creatures that exist need those things. The thing that differentiates us from other creatures is the capacity to make art, the capacity to create something from nothing. And to me, that makes art necessary, not a luxury, because it is the thing that makes us distinctly human.
Looking at any culture you can, to some extent, I think, define them by the things that they create. As growing artists, there's so much that we have to contribute to the world we're building for ourselves.
Kids that have art and music and dance and theater, those are the kids that they know how to run with something. They have that fluidity of being, how to make choice and decision. You know, brain surgeons do that. Someone working at a hardware store does that. Everybody has to make choices and decisions, but it's that creativity that allows the fluidity between what appears to be disconnected. Those are the people that can kind of tie things together. That's magic.
All right, ladies and gentlemen and others, all our friends here, I'd like to welcome you to the Arts Imperative Community of Creatives Assembly today. We wanted to take a minute to stop and refocus ourselves on why we're here. We all come here because we're wanting to grow as artists, we want to grow as people, and we want to stop and just spend a little bit of time kind of rededicating ourselves to the artistic purpose which brought us all here. No one made you come here. No one said, okay, in 8th grade you go right on to Penn Arts High School. You all actively make the choice every day to be here. So let's talk a little bit today about why you make that choice and what are the great benefits of making that choice. Some of those are. Today is live stream, so I just throw that out there so that you know this is going out into the world. There's a live stream of this and you can watch it later. Today we will have 3 student speakers talk about their experience as artists. We're going to have an alumni speaker who is also one of our board members speak. And then we have a fabulous staff member who's also going to speak. Then we'll hear from a piece from the choir. After that, if there's enough time, we're going to go back to advisories, and you'll get a little piece of remembrance. It's a small thing. It's nothing huge, but it's a key change to remind you of why you're here. It's just a little thing, a takeaway to remind you why you're coming here. Okay? So, without any further ado, I want to introduce Ms. Johansson, and she's going to introduce our first speaker.
Hello, I am Rebecca Johansson. I teach visual arts here. And I was asked to recommend an articulate, dedicated art student from the visual arts department, and the first student I thought of was Lee Dolman. Integrated themselves not only in the visual arts department, but all the performing majors, it seems, as well. And I wanted to list a few of their things that they're involved in and their accomplishments. So they are a prominent gallery participant. They have starred in many of PIM's theatrical productions. They are involved in as many extracurricular activities as possible: Arts Council, Student Council, NHS, the Thespians, and there's probably more that I I'm not naming right now, but those are just, what? Student ambassador, you know, the list goes on. Anything that they can be involved in, they are involved in. And they've also earned an impressive track record of ambitious large-scale projects, such as designing and creating full shows worth of theatrical props. And last year they produced an hour-long documentary on what it means to be a young artist. So we are incredibly lucky to have Lee as part of our PIM community. And that being said, I want to welcome Lee to the stage as our first student speaker today.
Hi guys. Hi. I wrote it all down so I remember what to say. I did a film last year about why students at PIM do art. From the myriad of responses I got, there were 3 major reasons that came up. 1, a burning desire to share. 2, an innate need to communicate. And 3, because we simply love it. Though one aspect of art making that I feel encapsulates all of these aspects is the fact that we as artists are storytellers. Whether it be reciting a script, performing choreography, nailing a song, or capturing a thought through visuals or words, we weave narratives. So, as an artist, that's what I'll continue to do. And may I be so bold, what I urge you to keep doing as well. Keep making, keep performing, and expressing, because the world thrives on your unique ideas and perspectives. Undeniably, the path of art is stupidly challenging, but yet we choose it daily because of the profound aspects it offers in return. Consider that special lens that art provides, offering a unique way to view the world. Even if your artistic journey diverges in the future, don't let go of that lens. Periodically draw upon it and translate your experiences, gaining a perspective distinct from others. The growing process of learning art earns you the superpower to express and tell stories while viewing the world in a unique way, and that's what makes it worth learning. So keep learning, take advantage of the now. Keep trying, failing, expressing, and sharing, because as much love and effort we pour into our art, like we had at the start, the more we'll get in return. Or don't. I'm not your guardian. But I know I will, and I hope you'll join me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Miss Ritchie. I teach dance. So I have had the pleasure of working with our next presenter. Although she is a dance major, she has been seen on stage for dance concerts, vocal and instrumental concerts, and theater productions. She is a dedicated performer and student who has taken a leadership role as president of the National Honor Society of Dance Arts, the Dance Ensemble, and many others festivals as well. She leads with kindness, courage, and passion for all that she does, and I have been blessed to be a part of her journey. So please welcome to the stage Miss Ella Myers.
I'm going to use the podium because I know myself, and I know I'm not a public speaker, so I'm not going to be able to hold a microphone. Hi everybody, as she just said, I am Ella Myers and I'm a senior dance major here at PIM. Today I want to talk a little bit about how I ended up at PIM and my life and how it's grown since coming to PIM. So I first stepped foot into PIM a little over 2 years ago, and at that time I kind of thought I had everything that was out there for me. I was in my 3rd year of competition dance after being at studio for 13 years. And I was involved in choir in my high school, and I had already sort of given up on the passion of theater that I had in middle school. And in the fall of 2021, my best friend Grace, who was in 8th grade at the time, told me about this art school that she was going to go to when she started high school. And I thought it was super cool, but to be so honest, I thought my parents would never let me transfer, so I did not even ask them about it. Thank God. Our moms are best friends, and my mom came to me asking if I was interested, so I went to a tour in that October. The first time I stepped into the dance hallway, I was very intimidated, to say the least. I was honestly really scared, but something about it just kind of felt like home in a way. And in early January 2022, I shadowed. And juniors and seniors may remember Dylan Peterson. She was a dance major and, similar to me now, also was involved in musical theater productions. She said to me in the dance dressing room at the end of my shadow day, I had the same train of thought you do. I thought I would be in studio forever, but trust me, you'll be out of studio by the time you hit your senior year. Which is a direct quote, by the way. I remember that moment to this day. And I also remember looking at her like she was absolutely insane, because studio had been my home since I was 2 years old. But she ended up being right. I transferred to PIM on January 24th, 2022, and immediately became friends with Indy Garcia, who was the first person to really make me feel comfortable here. And not too long after, she introduced me to her whole friend group, and I truly started to feel like I belonged. Unfortunately, I couldn't do the dance concert because I was deep in competition dance, and I was at the studio almost 24 hours a week. So, did not have any time. But that summer, I started to think about how much my life had changed in the 4 short months that I had spent here, and about how studio didn't feel right anymore. It didn't feel the same as it did when I was in Richie's studio, and I just realized that this was more of where I needed to be. So, the start of my junior year, I auditioned for the fall dance concert in the Silence of the Night, and I did not stop doing shows or performances in general for the rest of the year. I had a rehearsal every single day, from the 3rd day of school to the 2nd to last week, and I would not change any of it. Like I said, I had given up on my passion for theater, but Eli Zimmerman pushed me to audition for Amelie, and thank you, Eli. I was happy to be in the ensemble as I got back into the groove of what being in a musical even felt like, because it had been almost 3 years at that point, I think. And 2 weeks before opening night, I think it was, Brady asked me if I could be a swing. And to be so honest, I accepted because I thought I wouldn't go on for any of them. But unfortunately, 2 days before opening night, one of our cast members got sick, and I ended up swinging for all of opening weekend. I could have never imagined that for myself, but I'm so grateful for it. And I learned so much, and it's because of that show that I found my love for theater again. And that's an experience I never would have gotten if I never came here. And that's a lot of what I love most about PIM. There are really no limits. As a dance major, of course, I love to dance. I'm in the dance concert. It's performing in December, you should totally come see it. But I also love to sing. I'm in PIM Singers, and we also saw last weekend an 8-track, and I love to act. I'm really excited about the one-act play Lost Girl this year, which is going to be so much fun, and I'm so excited to work with the cast. And I just truly love that PIM allows you to reach in any direction you want. I've been in an instrumental class before, which was so much fun. I really need to do that again if I have time in my schedule. And like 2 of my performance major friends take visual arts classes, and there's like Lee, visual arts taking performance classes. PIM truly allows you to reach in any direction you wish. And that to me is one of the most pure parts of art. Because art is what you make it yourself. And if you can't do whatever you want with it, there's really no other point. So after this year, there's no doubt that I'm going to take every single opportunity I can to get to do what I love. I've been involved in as much as I possibly can here, and some people have thought I'm a little crazy for it, but I would not change any of it, because where else do you get to do all of this? There's maybe 2 other schools, and none of them allow you to reach out the way you do here. There's truly no other place like PIM. And I'm so grateful to everyone sitting in front of me for making the PIM community what it truly is. And of course, Grace Young for being the reason that I'm even here.
Hi everybody. Good afternoon. Hi, I'm Miss Brady. I teach theater and musical theater and other things too. It is my pleasure to introduce a senior musical theater major who embodies so many of the PIM values. This student is motivated and driven, focused and determined to achieve artistic excellence and growth, and approaches her work with both kindness and professionalism. I am so proud of this student, and watching their journey over the last few years has been really remarkable. So please welcome Greta Collier. If I was told I could never act again, my life would change drastically. If I was told I could never watch someone else act again, my life would be over. My name is Greta Collier. I'm a senior musical theater major, and I've been at PIM since the beginning of my freshman year. And all the things we've been through together, I've been in 9 shows with PIM. I'm a thespian troupe 8856 co-president. I've been through almost all of my endorsement classes, shadowed American Dance Studies Best for Last. I'm a musical theater ambassador, and I was in HR class weekend. It may be obvious to you all by now that acting is the art that speaks to me most. I've been in theater since I was pretty little. I was 8 when I was cast in my first ever play. I spent the next few years through elementary and middle school signing up for junior musicals and plays because I really liked acting. Acting at that time just meant standing in one spot and saying one line and leaving. This was very fun, and I knew I liked it, but I didn't really know why. I didn't have much of a process, obviously, and I delivered every line the same every time. In the 8th grade, I went with my parents to see a high school production of Little Shop of Horrors. Before that, I had never really been a good viewer of art. I actually remember that I was in band at the time, and I would literally tell people, I love to play these songs, but I would hate to listen to them. Oh girl. So I'm in the audience at this production, and I haven't seen a lot of acting that is not other 11 through 13-year-olds at the time. And the curtain goes up, so I sort of prepare for this feeling of like relaxed contentedness that I normally associate with viewing art. But instead, I watched and I just felt stung. The actors on stage were so present, and they were their characters, but they were also human, and they moved confidently, and I was rooting for them, and I watched, and I just felt almost hurt by how good everyone was. That audience experience made me feel so driven, and I hopped back into the show I was doing at the time, Singing in the Rain Junior, and I immediately tried to emulate what I saw, and it helped. So after that, the pandemic hit, favorite sentence in the world for everyone. And there were not a lot of opportunities for me to go out and see people act. So I turned to the silver screen. I watched a movie a day for months, and I vividly remember seeing both Jodie Foster and Frances McDormand, aka My Girls, for the first time in The Silence of the Lambs and Fargo, respectively. I was floored, and I felt that sting and that hurt, and I just wanted to be them so badly. It wasn't until this year that I realized that viewing and those feelings are not separate from my own creative process. I rely on movies and plays and visual art every time I make a performance. Literally nothing I have ever made is not inspired by other people's art or something that I saw, and when it isn't, I do mental gymnastics to make it so. Everything is connected. This is the human exchange. Art is a circle a lot of times, and I don't think there's any harm in admitting that. And at PIM, I think we're lucky that we have a well of other artists' work to see constantly. That might be my favorite part about being here. Something is always happening at such high rates that it's stressful to a lot of us. But it also means that there's never a lack of opportunities to feel inspired and make connections and have epiphanies and collaborate and just do stuff and try it. I will always love performing, but I will always need to be in the audience. Support your friends,
come see Puffs this weekend, come to the Winter Art Gallery, and the fashion show, and the market. Keep telling the story.
Hello, everyone. It is my pleasure to introduce our alumni speaker today. Ms. Melissa Peterson is joining us. Graduated from what was called MSSPA. That's back when the school was in Hopkins. In 2009, as a theater major, Melissa attended St. Kate's in St. Paul for fashion design with an emphasis in costume design. Went on after college to work for Sesame Street and for the Guthrie, and is currently at General Mills working as a brand associate. My claim to fame is that I knew Melissa when. Melissa played Joanne in the Midwest premiere of Rent, the high school edition, in 2009, and was brilliant. Please give a warm pin welcome to Melissa Peterson.
Hello. My name is Melissa, as Rob so brilliantly introduced me. I am thrilled to be speaking to you today. As he mentioned, I graduated in 2009, which feels so very long ago, but in reality, it feels really like yesterday. I sought out Main Street because I was destined to go to Minnetonka High School and be one of 800, and that just did not fly with me. I ultimately was looking for community and a place to belong. And to be honest, the arts and theater were kind of low on my list in terms of interest, but my folks found Main Street and we went to an information session and I thought it was a very unique place. And so I entered school very nervous, very shy, and I dove headfirst into theater. And it was very scary. At the time, Improv 1 and 2 with Mr. Leaf felt like a true jail sentence. I was terrified of making a fool of myself and, you know, meeting people that seemed so far ahead of me in terms of their love of arts and what they had done prior to coming to high school. But I found community, and I found a great group of friends to make art with. And at the time, it was so exciting, this brand new school on the come up. And the teachers that immersed us in these arts, they were so open to any idea that we wanted to do. I remember running up to Ms. Schauwitzer and saying, my interpretation of the Odyssey could best be done through an interpretive dance. And she said, go for it. And that kind of excitement and encouragement in the arts is honestly a community that I have been looking for upon graduating. It has inspired me to really look for the arts in every facet of my life. So after graduating from Main Street, I dove into theater again, but in a different way. I knew I wanted to be a part of the theater. I had spent 4 years loving it more than anything. And so I switched to costuming, and it was so much fun. I was able to do art and make money. Wild concept in my mind. And so through Sesame Street and through working at the Guthrie Theater, I found another community of artists. And I have always related it back to the community that I have found and made at Main Street. And since then, my career path has been very winding, but I have always wanted to have art be a part of what I do. I never wanted to compromise it. And I cannot overstate enough the degree that I got in not only fashion, directly correlated with my theater education that I received here, and the lessons I learned in improv and interpersonal communications and doing the musicals. It has directly benefited me, not only in my career, but in practically every single social situation I've been thrown into.
since graduating. So while I entered the school very shy, very quiet, not really understanding what all of this was about, I graduated with this amazing sense of community, really not wanting to leave Main Street. But it's something that I have just been searching for ever since. So my advice is to enjoy the 4 years that you have in these walls. They go by so incredibly fast. Become an alumni, be incredibly proud where you came from, and always give back. I am super proud to be on the board and give my time in any way, shape, or form. So I'm really excited to see the art that you all create. You have a pulse, truly, on what is happening out there in the world and what you want to see happening, and I cannot wait to see what you do next. Thank you for having me.
I had Melissa for 4 years in advisory, too. I have the honor of introducing our staff speaker, and who better to speak about being an artist and being a member of a community of artists than someone that is an active multimedia artist, a muralist, an arts teacher, graduated from Kinder High School of Performing and Visual Arts, got a BFA from MCAD, currently working on a huge inaugural project called Confluence. It's a multicultural, multi-fandom convention that's happening this weekend, so be sure to give them props about that. And they are an artist in residence at Studio 400, so someone that is truly living, breathing, acting the art life. And that is Grover.
Can y'all hear me pretty well?
Yeah!
Hi, I'm Grover. I usually teach painting, but now I'm here, and I'm going to talk to you about some things. So, in every English class I have ever been in, the teacher would tell me to do an outline for my essays. I didn't think I needed it. I could just write what came to me. I was like so good. I was a really good writer, trust me. So, a few weeks ago, Mr. McFarlane asked me to give y'all an inspirational speech. Now that I'm older, wiser, smarter, and very nervous, I wrote an outline. So, I thought about what my high school art experience was, because I went to an art high school too, the one that Beyonce went to. I am not Beyonce, don't get your hopes up. But, God, what a daunting task to talk to you about this thing. Art high school, it's so intense. Here's what I wish I knew as an art high school student. Number 1, take notes. What did people say about your work? Look back at those things now. Those critiques still apply. Number 2, Mr. Waddell was right. Your paintings need backgrounds. Get over it. Number 3, you are exactly where you need to be. Your work is good. It is also never going to be this bad again. That's why you should keep making art. Number 4, when the teacher says work hard on things that are the hardest, actually take that advice, because you're going to have to do that hard thing one day anyway. Number 5, even if you can't do anything else, brush your teeth twice a day and floss, because root canals are really expensive. Number 6, don't go to law school just because you want to be rich or have stability. There is so much misery in the world that we can't avoid. Choose happiness every chance that you get. Number 7, you can get a job in the arts. You will get a job in the arts. You can make any job that you have about the arts, because art is a part of you. 8, there are opportunities out there that you never even knew existed. But a closed mouth never gets fed. So ask your teachers, ask adults in your life, what opportunities are that are offered for you. 9, most schools don't care about the arts or artists. If you really care about art, then you need to take advantage of this opportunity. This is the last time art school will cost less than $40K a semester. 10, You don't need to be the best artist in the room. You just need to be the best artist you can be today. 11, every day you should ask yourself, why am I here? Why am I doing art? And every day answer that question in any way possible. 12, actually read the books assigned in English class. You need to know about these classic stories and want to make your art interesting. 13, for the love of God, please do not take out private loans. You will regret it. And also ask your mom how to do taxes online. 14, all the shortcuts you take now are exactly why you have to work twice as hard as an adult. So don't take those shortcuts anymore. 15, submit to more shows and more competitions. Even if they don't like your work, at least you can practice getting rejected. 16, faking it till you make it actually works. The more you verbalize love for yourself, the more love the universe gives to you. 17, keep practicing rejection, you'll face it often. 18, delete Snapchat, it's making you feel bad about yourself. 19, number 19, keep practicing celebration. You need to learn how to accept the good things that come along. 20, the emotions you are feeling now are the most intense they will ever be. It feels like the world is ending, but the next time you're sad, angry, in love, or alone, it will feel more like an echo than an eruption. There's a few more. Hold in there. 21, give grace to the people around you. Not everyone had the support that you did. Even if people were told things, they may not have had time to truly understand what you understand now. 22, never underestimate the power of a genuine apology. 23, give grace to yourself. The beautiful thing is that right now, you are the worst version of yourself that you will ever be. You are annoying, embarrassing, awkward, cringy. But you are trying the best that you know how. So give yourself grace. You will grow, you will change, you will fail, succeed, and grow again. One day this will all make sense, and you will not be afraid of the unknown, but instead you'll be curious about it. 24, be friends with Claudia. She's actually really nice and kind, and even though she thinks she's stuck up, she'll be a really good friend. 25, there's not this Claudia in here. 25, don't pick friends that tease you or are playfully mean. You're not oversensitive, you just want a friendship that has care and love. 26, don't throw away all your diaries and sketchbooks and journals and artwork. You're going to wish you had them when you're older, when you want to see how far you've grown. 27, art is not for isolating. Your best work comes with collaboration and help. Practice asking for help and connecting with other majors before the stress of carrying the world on your back breaks you. 28, you are too young to be old. I'm sorry you had to grow up so fast. Give yourself time to play. Never lose your love for recess. 29, remember what you love. Remember what makes you laugh. Be honest about what you love. Laugh when you need to. Cry when you need to. Love constantly. 30, and lastly, hey, hello?
Stop.
Grover, take your headphones out. You're losing your hearing. That's my outline. I don't think that I have time to expand on every single point. It's more like a bullet list than it is an outline. My bad. I didn't practice it in high school, so this is what happens when you don't practice. But I know that if I was in high school listening to this laundry list of to-dos, I would have zoned out within the first minute. Honestly, I think advice and inspiration is not something that you're told. It is something that you have to discover. If I could go back in time and tell my younger self everything from this list, maybe I would know what my older self was talking about, but I wouldn't feel it. I wouldn't truly understand. That's because we learn and grow through trial and error, by actually doing the thing. Everything I have learned and will learn has been a result of wildly embarrassing moments and heartache. I have no regrets about any tear that I have shed, about any fight that I have lost. I know that these failures will help me in the future. So, give yourself grace. Be cringy. Be weird. Be awkward. Be kind. Be caring. Love. Create. Make the ugliest art you can. Sing off key. Do something out of your element. Do something that brings you joy. Find the light in the darkness. Be the light in the darkness. Make a really cool lamp in sculpture class that will make winter a little less gloomy. Both you and I have so many more gnarly and beautiful and heartbreaking and playful things to create and to be. The only way for us to find out what those things are is for us to try, and for us to try with care and grace. Thank you.
All right, while the choir's coming, While the choir's coming up, I just wanted to say one more time, thanks to the amazing speakers. Those were incredible. I took away so much from each of their thoughts, and I think it's important to note that you all have your own story that's equally important, and that it's important that you live that story every day and you recreate yourself each and every day and be the best version of yourselves. Thank you so much, speakers. That was incredible. Thank you, thank you. After the choir sings, you're going to go back to your advisory, where you will get your Community of Creatives keychain. It's a nice item. And use that as a reminder. Maybe think of one thing that you heard today that you're going to apply that you heard from our amazing speakers. Choir, take it away.
a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Yes, it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a